leadership. Therefore,
welcome to ICW 2020, the largest assembly of experts both from India as well as from abroad. And we have many of our guests who have come from outside India. And this particular session that I am addressing to you about is about international cooperation. I have to thank all the dignitaries who have joined this particular event. With over 10,000 participants, probably this is the largest event which CIDC and Indian Society for Treathless Technology has ever conducted. We are so proud about it. This event has a special significance. Pandemic, which is ravaging the entire globe, has basically put many of the activities on standstill. And they need to be revived as quickly as possible. Employment, loss of exchequer by the government, the decline in the economy are commonplace words now, and we have to find strategies and methods. Now it is heartening that almost 46 of our neighboring countries and countries who are not so near neighbors, they have joined this particular event. And the objective has been to understand that how exactly each of the nation is coping up with the ill effects of this pandemic. In India, we have a number of strategies, and as all of us are aware, that construction industry is the backbone of the national economy of any country. Employment depends on construction industry's well-being. Consumption of various materials depends on that, and several other things basically are directly related to the activities in construction. Infrastructure otherwise also is a great need for a populous country like India, and of course some of our immediate neighbors. How exactly can we get back to the kind of condition that used to be pre-COVID? That was the intent for which this particular event was organized. We have had overwhelming support. We thank all our friends in networks like Asia Construct and other associations that we are proud to be member of. And let me also tell you that we have support from Global Compact Network, UN Global Compact Network, many of the state governments, the ministries and industry to top it all. So do enjoy the sessions which are going to be held for almost 18 streams. We'll be discussing about emerging technologies, we'll be talking about the human resource development, we'll be talking about various subsectors of construction industry, such as material manufacturing sector, cement, steel and many other things, including the construction chemicals. We are talking about the new methods of construction and project management like lean construction, and of course we are equally eager to learn what exactly our friends in other nations are doing and what exactly is the kind of blueprint that they have drawn. I think there is much to gain from each other. We'll be working together, and this is not going to be the end of our discussion and deliberation. This is going to be only the beginning, and we would like to intensify it further. And take it from me that we will basically be constituting certain task force where we'll handhold each other, we'll work together so that we can work out the best thing for the humankind and fight against the COVID pandemic that we are facing today. With that, I wish everyone a very, very good day. Kindly go through all the sessions. There are speakers who have taken out time out of their busy schedule, and they have basically honored us by sending the details to us, which are very informative and very educative. Especially to my young students and young faculty members who are coming from various colleges and institutions and universities, not only from our country but also from the neighboring countries. The message is simple: please study and use this as a kind of a learning tool, because now the new rules of the game are that we may not be able to sit face to face, but I think this is going to be the most subtle method so that we can exchange their knowledge, information, wisdom, and work for the welfare of the humankind. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. You have done us an honor. Please participate in all the sessions and send your queries to the wise speakers that we have. Thank you so much and a very good day to all of you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Jefferson. I'm a assistant professor from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. It's my pleasure to join this online meeting for this is the Indian Construction Week. So I'm quite glad that I can present some situations about the coronavirus in Hong Kong and its impact on the construction industry and the strategies that to revolving the economy through this construction industry. So in this short presentation, I'm going to discuss four aspects. The first one is I'm going to discuss that a brief discussion about the coronavirus in Hong Kong and then its impact on the construction industry. And then there are some strategies that adopt to fight the epidemic by Hong Kong and Hong Kong government and the ways to revive economy through the construction industry. Okay. So the graph here shows the statistics of the coronavirus, the cases and the number of deaths of the patients in Hong Kong. So this is some cumulated numbers. So it shows the latest situation of this coronavirus disease in Hong Kong up to November 27. So the total confirmed case is 6,040. So if you consider the population in Hong Kong, the city is around 7 million. So actually not compared to some other regions, probably it's not very high. So if you look at the case fatality rate, 108 in the 6,040 is around 1.79. So again, it's not quite high. So the reason could be that it's relatively Hong Kong has relatively good healthcare system, and can let the patient to get a very good treatment, and also Hong Kong is able to after the first several months able to make a very large testing, okay, on the potential cases. So we actually have four waves, okay, 4 waves of these confirmed cases from the very beginning. This is the first one, and then the second wave, third wave in the July and August, and then currently we have wave 4. Okay. So to handle this coronavirus, Hong Kong government actually decided to do several adopt several very restrictive policy. The first one is inbound travel restrictions. So it shows that all the non-Hong Kong residents coming from the overseas countries and regions will not be able to enter Hong Kong from the March 2020. And then the Hong Kong residents, if they come back from the overseas regions or country, they need to adopt some compulsory quarantine, okay, at the hotel. So this actually is a way to prevent the transmission of the coronavirus, but also will hurt the economic quite a lot, especially the tourism. Another types policies about the social distancing. Okay, so it's to limit the public gathering in the public space. So it depends on whether the situation is worsen or is improved. And in a recent policy is to close all the bars and the clubs and some others, and also will limit the numbers of the persons in the catering service per table will be just only 4, okay, less than 4. And if you look at the impacts of this coronavirus on economy, we'll see that in the first 3 quarters, actually, of 2020, the GDP actually have a very significant declining, decreasing from by 6.5 in the first quarter, and the second quarter 8.3, and the third quarter is a little bit back 2.9, bounce back a little bit. Okay, and how about the construction? Whether the construction activity drop a lot or not? I haven't have the data, but the construction sector in Hong Kong actually is not a major sector. So normally it will only have around 5% of the total GDP is from this construction sector. So the declining in the GDP in Hong Kong is mainly due to the surveys. Okay, so like the retail, trade, accommodation, and food service, and then some others like transportation. Okay, because of there's not many visitors now and entering in Hong Kong. Okay. But if you look at the recent data about the investment, okay, it's building and construction. Actually, in the past three quarters, okay, quarter 1, 2, 3 in 2020 have a very significant decline in, okay, whatever in the private sector or in the public sector. So another very significant impact on the construction industry is the coronavirus may affect the workers that are attending join the construction site every day. Okay. But this data is from the Construction Industry Council in Hong Kong. It just shows that for the workers who are working in the construction site, in fact, do not affect quite a lot by this coronavirus. So the most significant effect is in February of 2020. That on average the daily workers will be declined to 83,000, but bounce back to around like 100,000, similar to the previous years. And this is saying that this is the different types of workers. So we'll see that overall the total engaged workers have some dropped down to some levels in the February and in the February of this year, but most of them is heavy. Okay, job more is heavy engaged workers, but the trend here shows that they are actually bounced back. Okay, return to the normal level out till the February of 2020. So in fact, that means that for the construction activities in Hong Kong actually are not affected too much by this coronavirus at this moment. Especially there are some undergoing activities. They are still be able to be continued. But a very significant statistic from government, so this government census and the statistics department show that the total unemployment rate in the construction will be as high as 11%. This is much higher than overall industries, around 6.6%. Okay, so this actually is a big problem. All right, so the government adopt some strategies to fight the epidemic. As earlier as February 2020, that the government actually adopt some fiscal policies. Okay, so basically it's to send some direct send some cash payout to each resident in Hong Kong, and then to reduce some tax. Okay, and then very important policies to support the employees. So there are some, especially for the construction, because construction needs have a lot of employments. Okay, and then support the enterprise to safeguard the job and implement some relief measures. So specifically for the construction industries, the government have give two rounds of this so-called anti-epidemic fund. The first round is in the February of 2020. Is subsidized some Hong Kong dollars, 1,500 Hong Kong to the construction workers. Okay, and then the second round will be another one of subsidy to the construction workers, and meanwhile give some like subsidy to the construction related to the enterprise. And then for the training, some consulting companies also can be able to apply for this training subsidies. So basically, it's to maintain to support the employees in the construction industry. Okay. So this is some like details about the enterprise that 20,000 and for 50,000 for the consultant to do the trainings, okay, to do the trainings for the these construction workers. So recently, so just a few days ago, that the government announced another quite important policy. You call it policy address. So for the next year or next few years, that's what the government expect to do. So the very important thing is first is to achieve this target, zero inefficient. So it will take some actions like mandate test. Okay, and then we'll have some like address policy like a smart city, and very important is government need to invest at least 100 billion each year in the next few years to enhance this infrastructure, and land construction 2.0, and also use some like new identified land to build this public housing. Okay. So although it is affected by the this crisis, okay, or coronavirus, but we still forecast that the sectors of the expenditures in a some like good situation, it will be still be rise to some level. Okay, so it's quite important that the increases would from more from the public sector. Okay, the public sector could be play an important role that to enhance the investments for the construction. So that's the way that to increase the impact of construction, and then to revive the economy from the construction. So this is my sharing. Thank you so much for your attendance.
from LPJK Construction Service Development Board CSDB of Indonesia. LPJK is an independent non-government agency that concerns with the development of construction services in Indonesia. The board was established in 1999 based on Law No. 18/1999 on construction services, with the vision of to become internationally respected body that provide leadership and excellent services for the development of Indonesian construction. As a strategic partner for the government and the industry alike, according to the Construction Service Law No. 18/1999, LPJK has the duties of to support and promote research and development of construction services, to provide education and training in construction services, to conduct registration for construction workers that includes classification, qualification, and certifications for construction experts and skilled workers, to conduct registration for construction companies, and to promote and enhance the role of arbitration, mediation, and expert determination in construction services. In its 20 years of services, under the leadership of Agus G. Kartasasmita, Sulistyo Sudartomulyo, H.M. Malkan Amin, Tri Wijayanto, and Ruslan Rifai, working together with government and the industry, LPJK has helped and supported the development of Indonesian construction industry through the creation the conducive construction business atmosphere and the empowerment of construction workers and companies that enable for the construction industry to better compete in national and international market. In its effort to ever enhancing the service to the construction industry and to keep up with the changing business environment and the development technology, LPJK has adopted many initiatives including the implementation IT-based system. Since 2011, LPJK has modernized its information system by the introduction of Indonesian Construction Information System or Sistem Informasi Konstruksi Indonesia (SIKI). In the last 6 years, the system has undergone major improvement, from simple web-based platform providing information on registration of certified construction workers and companies to wider range of data and applications. As the security and integrity of data is paramount, SIKI have been certified in accordance international standards ISO or IEC 27001 by TÜV Rheinland. Recently, SIKI has been transformed from traditional RDBM system to big data platform. The cloud-based computing system enables SIKI to function with a much larger dataset and yet able to provide more accurate and much faster information. The move to big data analytic approach opens the opportunity for LPJK to provide a much wider range of information needed by the construction industry, which is currently very limited.